on the 46th lap. Davey Hamilton was following J.J. Yeley. Yeley spun. Hamilton caught the wall. Different look at the same thing, Tom.
Well, this is from Goodyear's point of view. Yeley gets sideways. Davey has no place to go. Now we got debris. Watch this thing. The tire coming across with a half shaft in it. I'll guarantee you the driver's eyes are closed right there.
Boy, that is a terrifying moment.
Well, Paul, Roberto Guerrero drove by us on a dead toe. He was still in the cockpit of the car, so we'll check on that. But J.J. Yeley, who finished first at Manzanita last night, not going to do that today, along with Davey Hamilton. First, Davey, what happened?
Yeah, we just running hard. Actually, I broke fifth gear right off on that restart, and I fell back 3 or 4 spots, and I still had 6, so he put it in 6 and was coming back through there, and you know, J.J. just got away from him, and nowhere to go. Just got pitched between the wall and him, and you know, that's racing, but we'll be back.
J.J., did it sneak up on you, or just how did it transpire?
Well, you know, there at the beginning of the race, we had a pretty bad push, and, you know, they told me just ride it out, not to, you know, do any foolish moves, and, you know, I caught up to the guys in front of me there, and they kind of crossed over a little bit, and I don't know if that got the car loose or not, but, you know, it's very unfortunate for Quaker State in one call, and, you know, John Menard and Jeff didn't give me the chance, and, you know, we'll just put it back together and give it a shot here at Indy.
He signed as a research and development driver for John Menard. This face could be in Tony Stewart's seat next year. Guys?
Yeah. No question about it. You consider that Tony Stewart is heading off to a ride in NASCAR next year, a full-time ride. That may be his replacement at Menard. And the 82nd Indianapolis 500 is underway. The first 4 rows came off the corner cleanly. Nice alignment. Billy Boat jumps into the lead.
3 wide up there.
Whoa, trouble in turn 1. J.J. Yeley is one of them.
No wall contact, though.
Oh, what a lucky maneuver that was. So immediately the yellow comes back on at Indianapolis, and that, Tom Snead, is what everybody fears.
There's 3 wide right in front of him there. A lot of traffic. Now somebody got in the brakes a lot sooner than Yeley expected, and he had to slam the brakes on, and you can see the skid marks. I'll guarantee you there's some skid marks inside the cockpit as well. This is...
Here we go on board. This is Jeff Ward. Whoa.
A lot of smoke there for the drivers behind.
Caution again. Up toward the wall there was J.J. Yeley.
Start-finish line.
And Yeley's going to squeak across the track to pit road, but he caught the wall in turn 4.
This is the other Infinity car. Again, it doesn't look like heavy contact because the thing's able to roll to a stop.
Stefan Gregoire, who's also on pit road, Yeley passed coming in.
The gearbox is broke. Need the rear cover in the gearbox.
You hear him talking about a rear cover in the gearbox.
Did it hit the rear box? Do we need the rear cover or not?
You heard him as he came in. He talked about Jack. I don't know if that's actually his teammate. I'm not sure if he was involved in that situation or not.
Now, J.J. Yeley's car is still being attended to.
Well, obviously, some kind of contact that they've got to make adjustments for. They've got the rear wing off the car, so they've got some kind of gearbox damage in the back.
Let's go on board with J.J. Yeley up there in turn 4.
Well, that's Jack Miller right in front of him. Jack came down on him, and it must have surprised J.J. a little bit, and the car just turned around sideways.
Referred to it as a light hit. It wouldn't hit like anything but. Welcome back to New Hampshire International Speedway. Trouble turn 2. 2 cars, 3 cars have crashed.
Car 1 is at the start-finish line.
J.J. Yeley was one of those, and he was collected by
you got 2 more cars
2 others.
3's your last car, then 1's your leader.
6th caution of the day.
Pits are closed. Pits are closed.
A lot of damage. That was a heavy hit
That looks
right
like
there.
Billy Boat there. This is probably Donnie Beechler.
Billy moving around in his car.
Yeah, he got hit up high.
Yes, it is Billy Boat. A tough day for the pole sitter and our Texas winner.
This is J.J. Yeley getting out of his car. He got caught up in this whole mess.
Now, J.J. had just returned to the racetrack. They replaced the rear attenuator and put a borrowed rear wing on J.J.'s car. And he had just come back into the race.
Well, he wasn't really up to speed, so he could have been a factor in how this thing got started. But J.J. wasn't up to speed of the race at that point.
Indication is that Yeley took kind of a lazy spin up there in turn 2. Boat came into him, and Donnie Beechler looking to avoid him, piled in.
Well, in these mile ovals, it's so tight, Mike, that, you know, a small problem can lead to big trouble, and you can take a lot of people with you.
Look at the back of Yeley's car. You saw a new attenuator and a wing borrowed from Dr. Jack Miller's team. Let's see what happened. Look at the very top of the screen.
Top of the screen. There's JJ there. He's getting sideways, getting into the corner, and it's starting to stack these guys up. Oh, he just clips. Is that Bo? Did he just clip? I mean, Billy probably thought.
Oh, that's Donnie Beechler piling in on the inside.
Yeah, Beechler was real late. Here's another angle. The green card's already backwards, spinning. This is towards the end of that situation. This is at the very end of that.